Okay, guys, welcome back to another episode of our 1 to 60 Hardcore Hunter series. When we left off, I believe we were level 15. Yep, we're level 15 in the Barrens here, and we have quite a few quests here to do. So let's get right to it. I'll mute my mic and get rid of this camera that nobody wants to see, and we can get questing. The water seekers and the hunters seem a little rarer than the other mobs, so I'm going to try to prioritize them. This might pull a few mobs here. There are quite a few enemies here. But we're making pretty short work of this area. This item here, Chen's empty keg, leads to a lengthy quest chain in the Barrens that goes all the way to the southern Barrens. So I'm glad we were able to get this on new, fresh realms launching. It's very hard to find a Chen's empty keg, but this hardcore realm's pretty dead at this point. I'm going to spend a little bit more mana on this pull, because it was 3. We just need the one more enemy, the Razormane Hunter with his coyote pet. But it looks like they're all pretty dead. So we might have to be patient and wait for a respawn. There's one. We might get 4 enemies with this pull. So when we turn in this quest, disrupt the attacks, the quest giver is going to send us right back there to pick up the next quest, which is to kill slightly higher level mobs. In terms of experience per hour, I don't really know how efficient this is, but we might as well do it.
Welcome to the Crossroads, adventurer. My name is Thork. I lead the defenses here in the name of the War Chief. Please, feel free to make yourself at home. As long as you mind your business, no one should have any problem with you taking up some space. There are many threats to our safety here. If you've already become familiar with the lay of the land, speak to the others here. Perhaps they have tasks for you to do. You have done well, adventurer. Those insolent Quillboars will finally learn that the might of the Horde is not to be ignored.
One of my scouts witnessed an attack on a caravan from Durotar, adventurer. The culprits are indeed the Razormane tribe of Quillboars. One of the Quillboars in particular is leading the raids, Kreenig Snarlsnout. He was seen northeast of here, just south of the road from Durotar. If the threat is to be ended, then Kreenig must die. To be sure the attacks cease, though, I say we add insult to their injury. Kill Kreenig along with more of their tribe, and return to me when you have his tusk.
We're getting to the point where I need to start stocking up on some water. It's not a big deal, but we're getting to the level where I can't just Serpent Sting and Auto Shot and have infinite mana. So I will start to keep some milk on me. One of the nice things about leveling a hunter specifically is that our mana pools are relatively small. So it's not like we're a mage with 4,500 mana and we're sitting there drinking water for 60 seconds. We can buy sometimes the cheaper water, and one of them will get us where we're trying to go. This is a slightly more dangerous area because these casters actually hit pretty hard, as you can see. They can get us to half health pretty quickly. And I can't just send Navajo in because I'll pull that whole camp, and I don't want all those defenders on them too. The best thing to do is to range them to pull them back out of the camp. But that means you're going to eat 5-6 fireballs to the face. So this is a tricky situation with mob density that's this high. I could always just opt to fight another camp, but where's the spirit in that? Granted, I'm probably giving these guys too much respect, because they're level 12 and 13. Now, to be optimal, I would pull this second mob to myself, and I would do something called melee weaving, where I would hit him with my weapon and shoot the other one with my bow, essentially almost doubling my damage. But melee weaving is not something I'm super interested in doing in a hardcore run, and I think we've discussed that a little bit before. I can show it to you a little here, though, if you'd like. So essentially what we do is we pull this guy to ourselves, and we shoot the defender, and then we melee him, shoot that guy, melee him, shoot that guy, melee him, shoot the other guy, and so on and so forth. And as you can see, our DPS was up around 35, 36 in the middle of that, because we did 98 melee damage and 82 raptor strike damage. And we wouldn't have done any of that damage, which amounts to, what, 170? We wouldn't have done any of that if we had simply sent in Navajo and then shot with our bow. So melee weaving is considerably better DPS, but it's riskier. And if we're going to be playing on hardcore, why take the risk? Unless you just want to be spicy. You guys can let me know in the comments down below if you'd like to see more melee weaving, or if you'd like it to just be kept nice and safe and conservative. Got a lot of patrols here. The demoralizing shout is pretty damaging. Our attack power isn't very high as it is. We're not particularly geared. We normally have 83 attack power, so by them lowering our attack power by 26, they're robbing us of about 25% of our overall attack power. It's substantial. We need to be careful with these poles, and we need to know what's behind us. Looks like it's 2 Geomancers, which we should be able to handle. I'm going to send Navajo in first, so he can take the majority of this damage. And we just had a Geomancer spawn on us, which I don't like. We're going to heal Navajo here with Mend Pet. And then we're going to send him at this Geomancer. We have a whole group coming here, so I'm glad I was able to get the supply crates before they got here. We'll toss them a cheers. We're going to go around this mob. See if there's a named mob down here named Kreenig Snarlsnout. And we need to kill him. And I'm worried that this group is going to come for him as well. Let's see if we can get an invite here. The Germans have a word for having good luck in bad luck. I don't know what it is, I could look it up. But the idea is that even though you're having bad luck, you have a sliver of good luck in that bad luck. And that's exactly what that was there. It was bad luck that the named mob that I went to grab already had somebody attacking it. But it was good luck that it had enough health left and the person was open to my group invite. So, that ended up working out for us. There's the rare mob. It's an elite, no less. I need one more Geomancer. This female troll hunter here had to travel quite far to get her bat. which is interesting that she didn't even take the time to name it. We have some respawns here, but none of them geomancers. They're all defenders. I wonder if she's also looking for a geomancer. She is. I've got one here. I might get this defender as well, but that's alright. I want Navajo to get aggro first, so that I don't eat all of the fireballs. Later on I will have a talent called Bestial Swiftness, right here, which increases the movement speed of my pet. And it will be much easier to juggle threat. We've been pretty lucky here with all of the scrolls we've been able to find, increasing our stamina and our spirit. And we even have an intellect scroll, but we can't use it at the moment because we have arcane intellect on us. But it's nice to be a little buffed. Normally hunters don't have any buffs, so we'll take it where we can get it. Looking at our professions real quickly, our skinning is up to 120, which is excellent. Our cooking is at 46, our first aid is at almost 80. If we can get that one extra point of first aid, we can start making wool bandages and get rid of some of the wool that we have. So the guide is suggesting that we go to Ratchet next, and I think that's a good idea, as we have several quests in Ratchet, some of them already complete, like Wharf Master Dizzywig and Chen's Empty Keg. We were able to sell one of the greens we picked up for 25 silver, which is great. That gives us a whopping 2 gold.
Great. Well done, adventurer. With Krenig's death, there will be a definite decline in the attacks on our caravans. Your people should be proud to count you among them. Go. Ha-ha! Thank you, adventurer. This will help us greatly. You're a boon to the Crossroads and to the Horde. If there is anything I can do for you, please let me know.
Greetings. Go in peace.
As we're making our way over to Ratchet, which is this coastal town here, it's a goblin town. Technically it's neutral, even though it's deep in Horde territory. There are prowlers, which are the lions. And we're going to snag a few of those, see if we can get some of these prowler claws. I like to kill mobs as I'm traveling from one place to another, just because it seems efficient to me. Although quest experience is quite good in Classic, and I think it's a bit of a misconception that quest experience is insufficient to really level you. There's a lot of people that think that you have to grind mobs in Classic to level, and that's not true. There's more than enough quests. However, the kills that you get from the experience that you get from killing mobs is significant. I'm getting 90 to 100 experience every time I kill one of these mobs, and as you could see from earlier, when I turn a quest in, I get about 800 experience. So every 10 mobs I kill gives me the equivalent of a full quest worth of experience. If I can kill 10 mobs on my way to Ratchet, it's almost like I've completed another quest. It's absolutely worth doing. And I think it's something of a hybrid between purely questing and purely grinding. I don't think either extreme is necessary or fun. I think you can do a little bit of grinding of mobs as you travel. Supplement your experience a little bit. Also, it's giving us some leather. If you didn't know, there is what's called a dead zone for hunters. This is the minimum range that I can shoot my bow. This might be interesting to some of you. So, like Raptor Strike, for example, has a 5-yard range. If I'm this far away from the mob, I can't Raptor Strike. Look how close I have to get to Raptor Strike. I have to be pretty much on top of the mob. But if I want to attack the mob from range, I have to be right here. But what happens if I stand right here? I'm too far to shoot, but I'm too far to hit with my melee weapon either. I have to come in to use my melee weapon, or I have to back up to shoot with my bow. Auto shot's range is 8 to 35 yards, and melee's range is 1 to 5. So between 5 yards and 8 yards, I have no way of attacking a mob. This is what's referred to as a dead zone. It's not often a problem in PvE, although it can be. It is frequently a problem in PvP, where other players know that between 5 and 8 yards we cannot attack them, and they try to stay there, particularly casters like mages. I figured I'd demonstrate that in action for you right there, because it does come up every now and again. I'm not really a hunter player, and in fact this is the first time I've ever really seriously played a hunter in Classic WoW, but I am familiar with the concept of the dead zone. If any of you guys are hunter players and know a lot more about this class than I do, feel free to let me know in the comments if I'm doing something horrifically wrong. I don't really know what I'm doing. It took me a while to find this beast training thing and figure out how that works. Some of you that are much more knowledgeable about hunters probably could have saved me the hassle. drop rate on these Prowler claws is pretty good. And in the time it takes for me to skin those, Navajo generates all his health back, and I generate most of my mana back. It's another reason I like skinning. It makes the downtime not feel so wasted. I feel like I'm being productive, even while I'm regenerating my resources. And you can see my mana ticking back up here, and Navajo's health ticking back up. One more set of claws. Ooh, I got a big crit there. I'm actually going to try to catch this vendor real quick. Every now and again these traveling vendors will have greens on them that are pretty strong. And since we're in a lot of absolutely awful gear...
potential customer!
So he does have some green swords and a green mace, but nothing we can really use. However, I like these health potions for 1 silver. I'm going to go ahead and take those because they're quite strong. I don't feel like I really need the mana potions.
Hurry back!
But for 3 silver I was able to upgrade my potions. I think that's worth the money. I was hoping he'd have some nice like agility boots or something on him though. These Rainwalker boots are starting to wear out their welcome. Also these gloves are pretty sad. Bunch of white gear. Some of you might be thinking, if only he was a leather worker, he could make some of his own gear. And you're right, I can. I'm just hoarding my light leather at the moment. Perhaps after this episode, while I'm off stream, I'll catch my leather working up a little bit, and I'll make some gear for us.
Well, this was one of Chen's Storm Stout's kegs. He traveled with Rexar a long time ago. I haven't seen or heard about him in a Kodo's age. I appreciate you bringing this to me, adventurer.
Would you like a taste of Chen's namesake? Oh, the Storm Stout is a mighty brew. Chen taught the recipe to my mentor, and my mentor passed it on to me. I'll need you to get me a few things, but I can tell you this. The kick is worth it.
Bring me 5 Savannah Lion tusks from any Savannah Lion, 5 Plain Strider kidneys from any Plain Strider, and 1 Thunder Lizard horn from any species of Thunder Lizard. That should do the trick nicely. You can find these ingredients throughout the Barrens.
The raptors of the Barrens are smarter than raptors in other lands. And I think all that smarts is hiding in their horns. If so, then I could grind their horns into powder and use it to make smart drinks. I could sell them for a fortune. And you can help me. Find me intact raptor horns from Sunscale Scytheclaws. They roam in the southern Barrens and in the northern Barrens near the border of Ashenvale Forest. The venture company set up a small research facility far to the north of here, southwest of the Sludge Fen. I don't know very much about what they're doing, but did manage to discover that they're experimenting with something called a samouflange.
Now, what the heck is a samouflange? Well, whatever it is, I want to examine it, so I need someone to go get it. I obtained a copy of their control system operating manual. You should be able to figure out how to disengage the samouflange from it.
I sure wish Vice Admiral Greslik did a better job of keeping the seas safe for our trading vessels. With all the gold the trade princes have poured into the trade fleets, it ticks me off to see so many pirates running willy-nilly, raiding my ships and stealing my goods. I heard that the South Sea freebooters have set up a camp just south of here. They've been a real thorn in my side, and if Greslik won't take care of them, well, maybe you can help me get rid of them. A small enough crate. Yes, I should be able to find room for this aboard the ship. It sails with the next tide. I trust this is soon enough. Excellent. Let me just enter it into my ledger. All taken care of. Good day to you, adventurer. Being wharf master of a busy port like Ratchet, I keep my finger on the pulse of information. I know all about the exchange of goods and money between here and Booty Bay. The latest bit of news I've heard is about the Venture Company's Boulder Lode Mine, northeast of the Sludge Fen. One of the miners discovered an emerald the size of your fist. I know a few buyers who'd be interested in getting their hands on something like that, and I'd be willing to go half and half on its sale.
I have no idea what this soul fragment is. I've never seen that on Classic. It looks like something that I'd expect to find on the Season of Discovery realm. Oh, that's interesting. I don't know why my dog ran to this guy. Yeah, that's not great. I don't love it. I need to pull him back. That pole was a little scuffed. I'm not entirely sure what happened there. I did not use a pet attack on that guy. I wonder if Navajo proximity aggroed. Which is possible. I'm getting to about the level that I'd expect to run Ragefire Chasm on, but I have not seen anything for it. So one of the things I'm going to do here is I'm going to make 2 chat windows. And in this chat window I'm going to inactivate everything except for those 2 channels that I just made. I'm going to make a new color for them. And now I see some chat that I didn't otherwise see. Is anyone looking to put together an RFC quest run this morning? I'm just going to put that in there and see if maybe we can find a group for Ragefire Chasm. Also wonder how high level some of these people are. The Warlock is level 10. The Warrior is level 30. Interesting. It looks like they're arguing about the difference between Classic and Retail. A pretty common argument. Alright. This Cannoneer is the last of the mobs that I need for this area. There is a named mob that I need to find further down the beach, though. His name is Baron Longshore. He has a couple of different spawn locations, but it's normally in one of these camps. Oh boy. So we're gonna melee weave this guy. quick pin, put our pet on him. We almost jumped right into another mob. There's also a chest here that I think I'd like, so even though it might be a little risky, I'd like to try for it. Let's send Denkago in. Let's spend a little bit of extra mana killing this first guy. That wasn't too bad. Looks like we will have to kill the extra 2 mobs. My quest add-on is saying there's a rare nearby. This camp is going to be difficult. This mob is melee, and this mob is ranged. So we're going to do this. I didn't think he'd pull from back there. It's not really how I wanted that to go. And that's one of the ways that hardcore can get a little frustrating sometimes. If I had been, say, a rogue, maybe I could have popped evasion, but I probably would have used a health potion. If I was a warrior there, I might have died. I might not have survived that on a warrior. And then he instantly respawns right here.
I got the best deals anywhere. Be good.
Hurry back. I sure could.
Ah, that sort of business. You know, I saw the Heedless once on the open seas. Fearsome ship, or was that boat? Those sailors are so particular. Anyways, watching her glide across the water was quite a sight to see. I'm glad her infamous captain will trouble my ships no longer. You did good, kid. A little more work like that, and it'll be one less thing I'll have to worry about. Hopefully they'll be convinced that they should relocate their operation elsewhere. In the meantime, there is the small matter of getting back the goods they stole from me. I've been waiting forever for my last shipment of goods from Booty Bay. I'm pretty sure that it must have been stolen by the freebooters. But just to make sure, will you go down to the dockside and ask Dizzywig if my goods were already put into my warehouse without my knowledge? Here, take my ledger down to Dizzywig and have him double-check my inventory records against his logs.
What? Ah, I see you've been busy lurking in the grasses and hunting prowlers. Do you think then it is time to face a champion among them? White Mist, the Yayaki in the Tauren tongue, is the king of the Savannah Cats. He hunts with such stealth they say he's like a thin white mist on the earth. And he kills so fast his prey have no time for fear or pain. The Tauren say he is both mercy and death. You will learn if that's true, for I now set you on the path to hunt Chayaki. His lair is northeast of the crossroads among the bones of giant Kodo Go. Blow this horn when you reach his lair. Blow the horn and he will come.
I'll take a moment here to make some bandages and craft some light leather out of these scraps. I could fly to Orgrimmar, train first aid, and do hunter training. I'm not sure what we get at level 16. It might be worth it, it might not. I can Google it real quick. Looks like I get Immolation Trap, which is nice, but not something that I need desperately. So let us just continue then. What I'd like to do is do a Chayachi up here. think it's up here somewhere. Yeah, there it is. And we can get all these other raptor horns, plain strider kidneys, lion tusks. We can do all of that on the way. And then we can do camouflage. We can kind of wrap around, get all this done. We could also potentially come on over here and do Harpy Lieutenants. So just kind of make a loop like this. Should give us level 17. Not getting very lucky with the kidneys here. frustrating that I can't get this last Savannah Lion Tusk. I also have some competition here, which I don't normally have. This hardcore server is pretty dead, I'd say. If it's this dead at the lower levels, it's definitely dead at the higher ones. I think it'll be tough to even get a Wailing Cavern group going. We do have a pretty robust looking for group channel, and yet no one's looking for group in it. Everyone's just talking. To be fair to the server, it is 4 AM server time. It's 7 AM where I am. It's nice and bright in the morning here, but for the server it's very early. So maybe it'll pick up a little later. A surprising number of troll hunters here. This would be a good spot for the immolation trap that I decided not to go and train. Okay, that was potentially problematic, but I think we handled it pretty smoothly. Well, we got medium leather. Our first medium leather. So now we're gonna head up to Samaflange. We do need a few more Plain Strider kidneys, but I don't see too many of them out here right now. A lot of hyenas. I wonder why not all the raptors have the opportunity for intact raptor horns. I wonder if it has to be a certain type of raptor. Because there's quite a few raptors out here that I'd like to be killing if they drop the horn. But it looks like they do not. Decided to hit him with a little drive-by wing clip. Didn't look like it was necessary. Yeah, sure enough, they don't seem to be dropping anything. Okay. I guess they just don't count for the intact raptor horn quest. So the console is over here, I believe, for Samaflange, but I'm not sure if I go right there first. Also, there's quite a few mobs here. We'll probably get this goblin too, maybe? I also don't love that they run when they're low health. got 2. Oh no, not the hyena. We got the hyena too. It's okay. We'll probably have to kill this guy as well. Growl is not enough. I wonder if there's a new rank of Growl that I can train. Maybe it's a 16 or 18. This too is a rather dangerous little hyper spawn area with mobs that flee when they're low health. So this can be dicey. Also, to add insult to injury, when we interact with this item, sometimes it spawns a mob. On a rogue, you can stealth the second you interact with that, and the mobs won't aggro you. But not everybody has that luxury. Is this a patrol? I don't think it is. There it is. A dredger. Slow and steady wins the race on hardcore, guys. There's the last valve. It's kind of hidden right here. Oh jeez. We got 2 mobs on that valve. I've never seen 2 before. That's potentially quite dangerous. When people say that the hardest part of hardcore WoW is the first, the first couple levels, the beginning of it, I think this is kind of what they mean. When you're at this kind of stage, around level, 13, 16, where you still don't have a lot of the tools available to your class yet, and you're still wearing a lot of white gear, but you're dealing with mobs that now have more effects. They might have stuns, poisons, slows, mortal strike effects. They might flee in terror, they might call other mobs. A lot of the quests that you're doing involve you killing camps of enemies, so 2 or 3 enemies at a time. The casters start to hit a lot harder in this level range. So the mobs are getting more and more powerful, whereas your character doesn't necessarily feel like you're gaining power at the same rate that the world is. I think this goes away probably around like I don't know, 25 or 30, you start to feel a little bit stronger. You start to have some better gear available to you. Well, that's a mess. I'm gonna have to kill one, and then heal Navajo. I'm going to concussive shot him. I'm gonna bring Navajo back. I'm gonna heal him. I'll do the full channel. I'm gonna concussive shot this guy too as he runs. Oh, I don't need to. He ran in a good direction. We'll heal Navajo again here. That was a little dicey too. So yeah, I think this level 16, about where I am right now, I think this is one of the more difficult stretches of the entire run, really. I think the higher level you get, once you start getting some of that dungeon gear, once you start getting a lot of those talents, I think it becomes easier. Okay, what do I do with the console key? Okay, I think we have to get back to the console now. But these mobs will probably keep respawning. Okay, we got it. So let's swing through here and get these Harpy Lieutenant rings. I think now would be a good time to do that. These Harpies are going to be a little bit higher level. They're going to be 16 to 17. But I think we can handle that without too much problem. So I just need 2 Plane Strider kidneys, and I'm done with that leg of Chen's keg. I will need a Thunder Lizard horn, but that's a lot further south. There are 4 Plane Striders here, although I have not had much luck getting the kidneys to drop. All these Plane Striders are in renal failure, none of them have kidneys. Well, we got one there. Got a 2 spirit, 2 strength leather belt. Kinda want this Plane Strider next. I don't want the lion though. I wonder if this guy's a bot. Bots often choose troll hunters, and he has a bot name. Did he name his pet? He did. Let's see. Alrighty this morning. Let's see if he responds. Yeah, he moves a little like a bot, right? He's a bot. Alright, we reported him. You always have to keep your eye on the botters. It's a shame there's so many of them. On the seasonal server, it's all female human mages. Just trains of them, hundreds of them in Elwyn Forest at any given time. Click to moving, doing the exact same rotation. It's because they farm the stockades for raw gold. Sad to see that even in hardcore, we have some botting. Well, that 16 to 17 took us 55 minutes, which on hardcore is not too bad at all. I think most people would be relatively happy with 1 hour levels on hardcore. And we have quite a few quests completed to turn in. So we have a pretty good burst of experience going towards 18 as well. taunt was resisted. Okay, so these Slayers have the lieutenant rings that we're looking for. I don't think the drop rate is very good. Ooh, we got 2. Okay, we need to get this one off of us. Our kite path is clean here. There's nothing in this corner. This is a dangerous little area. I think there's even some stealth mobs further in. Let's bring the timer up and see how long it's going to take us to get these 8 rings. Because I think this might be a bit of a grind, and unfortunately our bags are full. There's one. I'm also finding that I'm pulling thread off Navajo a lot more often than I used to. I'm thinking that there's another rank of Growl. These are higher level mobs too, which means that he's not hitting as often. You see how you're seeing these blocks and misses and parries. The higher the level the mob we fight, the less threat that Navajo generates. Because he's going to be missing more of his attacks. I think there's some stealthies in here. We have to be a little careful. Unfortunately, we have competition. It looks like 2 hunters over there. Man, all we're seeing is hunters today. We have to be a little careful on these poles. We could die here. This is one of the areas we could conceivably lose our character. Oh, an ambusher. Shit. Nothing behind us. That's what I mean when I say there's stealth mobs here. I'm gonna heal Navajo real quick. This is a dangerous little spot. Oh, heavy short bow. Yeah, these guys are smart, they're in a group. I should probably be in a group for this. I think what I'm most worried about are the invisible mobs, the ambushers. She resisted Growl. back to this sort of safer area we have over here. Looks like she resisted growls well. Slayer just spawned in front of our face. There's another one that just spawned. And there's another one. Jesus. Not great. We want to get back over here, where it's a little safer. And we can pull these one at a time up here, because nothing spawns back here, I don't think. So it's a nice, safe spot for us to kite. Especially if growl was resisted. What's behind us? Nothing for now. Alright, in 6.5 minutes we have 3 rings. Which isn't actually as bad as I thought it was going to be. Got a little one here. I know there's stealth guys around here. Oh no, we got respawns. Oh shit. Okay, okay. Bad. Bad, bad, bad. This is real bad. This is bad. This is real bad. Ho 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 boy. That was the closest we've come yet. Yep, it's those stealth mobs, it's those little harpy ambushers, but we also got the respawn in our safe space at the exact same moment. I did not know that utilizing my discolored healing potion would put my swiftness potion on cooldown. I guess that makes sense. Pretty much every potion shares a cooldown. But I was planning on using a health potion and then swiftnessing out, and I could not do that. We could have died there, team. I think it's extremely important that you can recognize when a situation is bad and make like a real snap kind of decision. Like, no, we need to get out of here. This isn't the play. I was thinking if I could kill that ambusher fast enough, we could do the one-on-one with Mend Pet, but I just didn't have the DPS to bring her down. Not at the rate that Navajo was dying. And you just have to kind of recognize, like, we need to cut it and run. See if we can reset these mobs. There's a patrol. I marked her with a star, so hopefully we can see her. Man, what is going on with these growls? There we go. Whoa. Alright, let's get out of here. Let's get to a safe spot and hearth out. This place has been very dangerous, I feel like. I haven't loved this this spot. That felt particularly unsafe.
How may I aid you? Goodbye.
I feel like I really have a lot of junk in my bags right now, but most of it doesn't seem like I can get rid of it. It's a lot of quest-related junk.
What do you need?
Have you ever been to Ashenvale to the north? The Horde has recently set up an outpost on the Zoram strand there, and we can always use some new recruits to help defend our new fronts. If you think you are up to it, see Kadrak in the Northern Barrens at the Watchtower. He is heading up the Ashenvale campaign and can give you further orders.
Excellent work, my friend. I think you'll go far within the Horde.
You did so well with the lieutenants and underlings that I'd like you to do one last thing for me. Serena Bloodfeather is the sister of a harpy named Bloodfeather, who was slain by Rexar quite a while ago. Apparently these attacks on the Horde caravans are revenge for her sister's death. I need you to slit her throat and bring me back her head. I want to place it on the next caravan we send out. Give those Harpies something to think about.
You've beaten a Cherokee, and though his days of hunting are over, his spirit is with you. He will show you the strength found in subtlety and the honor in mercy. Your path is still long, adventurer. Let's hope you stride it well. Now, adventurer, the hunt deepens. Now you must defeat your prey and then find your way to its lair. Hunt the Sunscale raptors to the south, slay them, and remove the feathers they wear. Place the feathers on the Scytheclaw nest southwest of the stagnant oasis. Show their brethren you do not fear them.
Director Riddlevox put me in charge of the Union's Shredder Development Program. Few months on the job and I'm already in hot water. I could use your help, adventurer. This is... interesting. Yes. I'll have it sent along to the Tinkers Union headquarters in Undermine. I'm sure after some careful dissection and research, they'll be able to make some sense of it. But perhaps I'll have a little look myself first. I think I might have broken that Samoflange. That's not good, because I already told some colleagues in Undermine about it, and they were very intrigued. We must find a way to fix it. Take the broken Samoflange to Weniki Bolt Bucket, just south of Morshan Rampart, the Horde outpost between the Barrens and Ashenvale. She is very clever and inquisitive. If you show her the Samoflange, I bet she'd jump at the chance to fix it. Great. You got them. Now I just need to ground them down and mix them with some wine, and... Okay, so the raptor horns didn't work so well, but that's all right. No one got rich on their first try. And besides, I think I found something that'll work even better in my smart drinks. There is a substance called whaling essence, and I think it is the cause of the strange plants and animals in the Barrens. Get me some and I'll try it in my drink. I heard the essence gathers in ectoplasmic creatures in the whaling caverns to the west. Hunt those creatures and gather the essence. Gazlo sent you. Did he? Just a moment. Let me take a look here and check my own logs and make sure I didn't have Gazlo's shipment sent to the wrong place. Bet he's waiting for those boots from Drizzlick. Everything looks square from my records, adventurer. Go on back and tell Gazlo he's out of luck. I wouldn't be surprised if it was the pirates that nabbed his goodies. Nothing else I can do for him. Oh, though you could tell him that I've got some things from Undermine for him when he has the time to come pick them up. Hey there. No dice, eh? I guess it must have been the freebooters then. Dizzywig's on the level. I'm sure he wouldn't cheat me like that. After all, he is on the payroll. Looks like I've got some goods to get back, adventurer. What do you say? While I'd like to recover all my goods, I'm sure that's not possible. Still, there's a few things that I absolutely must have. As you see, my observatory is ready to go, but it needs the smaller of the two lenses. The first arrived by caravan from Duratar, but the second was bound by ship and never arrived. Also, I never got my boot shipment from Drizzlick in Booty Bay. Head down to the pirate camp and see if you can find them.
Keep it real!
Alright guys, I'm gonna go to Orgrimmar and train first aid and do some hunter training. I'm wondering if there's another rank of Growl I can maybe get, or at least get some more, health and armor for Navajo. Because I'm starting to feel like he's falling a little bit behind the enemies that we're fighting. I think Immolation Trap is at level 16, but there might be something else too that could be helpful for us. Potentially another rank of Mark of the Wild, or another Serpent Sting maybe, I'm not sure. So let's go and check that out. At this point the guide is telling me to do Ignition, but I find this a relatively dangerous quest up here. There's a lot of mob density there, there's a lot of difficult enemies there, there's an elite that can be there, or rare, and I find that a very thorny quest. If I had a group, maybe I would do it, but on my own, at level 17, I am not interested in doing ignition. Gotta say, I'm gonna pass on that action. Yeah, it says, be careful if Foreman Grills or Sludge Beast are up. They are strong level 19 rare mobs. Yeah, that's a problem. That makes that quest very problematic. Did I vendor my kidneys? I don't think I did. No, I didn't. I still have them. And I have my Savannah lion tusks also. There they are. I'm starting to feel too that our heavy short bow is kind of falling off a little bit. I think it's time for a new weapon, but I'm not entirely sure when the next bow I get is. I do know that Venom Strike is in Wailing Caverns, but it doesn't look likely I'll be able to run that. I haven't seen a whole lot of groups for it. There are some groups now for RFC. They're looking for tanks and healers. Oh, maybe we could do this. Oh, okay. Alright guys, maybe we can do Wailing Caverns actually. That wasn't what I was planning on, but I only have 600 arrows. I feel like I need more than that.
Greetings, traveler. May the eternal sun shine.
I wonder where there might be a bower, because I would like to grab some arrows before we go. Although any general good vendor would also have it, I believe. Level 13. Okay, level 14, that's not a whole lot better. But alright. I don't know if the hunter trainer is here. I think it is. I might actually have to Google where the bower is, where the Fletcher is. Alright, pet trainer.
Hello, man.
Wow. So level 18 for great stamina, and level 20 for my next rank of growl. Okay, so that's gonna be a little bit, huh?
I have much knowledge to impress upon you, adventurer. You must learn to hunt with honor. strength.
Okay, so we got Scare Beast, we got another Raptor Strike, and we did get Immolation Trap. Okay, let's go buy some arrows.
Loktar. For the Horde.
Sorry, I was looking up where I could maybe buy some arrows. Immolation Trap, where should I put this even? I could do shift 1, 2, 3, and 4 for my traps. Not sure really what to do with that. I also need to make sure that my Mongoose Bite macro is using the appropriate ranks of Raptor Strike. I guess I didn't really know that. I never really thought of it. There we go. So apparently, like over here, there's a general good vendor. So this Warlock's doing self-found, and this Warrior is also doing self-found. Let's buy some arrows and head on over.
What can I help you with?
What can I help you with? Be safe.
There, probably bought too many, but that's okay. Wonder if everybody's waiting on me, or if I have some time to go to the bank. Looks like pretty much everybody's here.
Would you rather trust your goods with a goblin?
Farewell!
Just wanted to buy myself a little bit of bag space, in the event there's a lot to pick up in here. Because there might be. Alright, let's head out. I also think I'll end this episode here, and I'll just start the next episode with this Ragefire Chasm run. That makes sense to me.
pardon.
Listen closely to what you are told, and do not quickly trust or distrust. For even friends serve their own ends, adventurer. Our great war chief knows this, and to prove that there are warlocks within the Horde who do not wish to destroy it from within, or gain control over it, I have volunteered to aid our young leader in any way I can. The primary task.
Alright, so I will see you guys next episode for this Rage Fire Chasm run, guys. Thank you for joining me.